right, make sure that you have the BD Live Intro for guitar session open, and your session should look like this. And we're going to add another part just to give it some more melody and some more interest. And just like the other ones, we're going to add another simpler instrument, and we're going to drag this out, drop it into our open area. We're going to navigate to our browser, go to our samples folder that we downloaded. We're going to grab the Guitar 2 AIF and drop it in here. Now, if we play it on our keyboard, I'm going to get to the proper. So that's the whole clip, but we want to only just use a piece of that for this part. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But let's first make a new MIDI clip. We all know how to do that by now. We're going to double click on this empty MIDI clip cell. We're going to turn our envelopes off. And I'm going to drag this up to 2, which gives us 2 bars. And I'm going to just drag this out to about there. C3 will trigger the original sample at the key that it was in. And let's just see here, we hear that sound. Let's solo and hit sample. So you can notice it only plays for as long as this MIDI clip is there. If we drag this out, you'll maybe hear it for longer. So that's okay, but we can even edit this a bit better if we hit Shift Tab and we change the length of this sample by just dialing this back, and you'll see that line go. You'll notice if I hit play, every time it plays, it will only trigger. I just want it to trigger that. Well, let's try that. That might work for us. I'm going to hit stop. And let's do a couple things. Let's add some effects to this, see if we can get this sounding okay. Let's rename this. Let's just call this guitar. And let's go up to our live devices. And let's open up audio effects. Let's grab a saturator. Drop it in there. Let's grab a compressor. And let's grab the old ping pong delay again. I'll double click. It'll throw it at the end of the chain. And let's see what this sounds like now. Okay, let's turn a couple of these things off. And the way that you do that is by hitting this button up here. This will make the device active or not. Let's try to dial in one effect at a time. So I'm going to work on the saturator. This is just going to push it a bit. It's going to give it that tube or saturated feel. Let's turn this compressor on. Let's turn up our ratio. Turn down the threshold. You can see there's a lot of gain reduction going on. We'll be discussing the compressor and what it does at a later tutorial. That's outside of the scope of this one. And let's try turn this back on. Turn the wet down. This will determine how much of the signal will be affected. Feedback is how many times it will actually feed back. Let's hear this in context. I just lengthened it. Let's see what that sounds like. All right, that's not bad. So we just used a couple effects to give it a little bit more punch and to add a delay, and we automated, not automated, we actually just lengthened or shortened the sample. So you can have a long sample and just take a chunk of it, and that's what we did there to affect it. I turned it down in the mix just a little bit, and we're starting to get some of the pieces put together.